to cloud.
This meeting is being recorded.
All right. Okay, you guys, welcome to Monday. I'm so glad you guys are all here. There are several people who are out of town. It's not the 3-day weekend yet, though, so I'm really confused, but whatever. Let's just go around the table real quick. Tell me your name, how long you've had your business, and one thing you want to crow about your Mary Kay week, something you're excited about. And Nina's with us today. Nina's been on sabbatical with another unit because she has a new director. It's kind of a long story. We won't go into it, but and we can't see your face, Nina. I don't know if you were wanting to be on or not.
Okay, let me just do my little thingy here.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that it?
No, it's okay. Go ahead and talk though. You had some great stuff to share, so please go ahead. There you are.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. I'm ecstatic, excited. I actually got 5 sample sets out about a week and a half ago in the mail, and through this past Sunday, I got all 5 of the people facialed. The most ironic thing was I was going to do it with FaceTime, which is what I'm normally used to using. And they didn't have FaceTime on their phone. And although their phone said video, I punched in a little video, so their little faces didn't come up that way either. So I said, you know what, we're going to roll with this anyway. So they had their mirror. I told them make sure they have their mirror and their little bowl of water and their washcloths available and ready. And so I said, I'm just going to step you through this and pretend that you see me, and I'm pretending I see you. So it worked. Okay. So I got 5 facials done totally all together, and 2 at one time, and then 1 individually, the 3 times. I sold 2 miracle sets by behind the wall facialing.
And in case you don't know, Nina has about 5% of her vision in one eye and none in the other eye.
That's correct. That is correct.
So y'all catch that? 5% vision in one eye, 0% vision in the other eye. So just saying, that's pretty darn exciting.
I had an almost $400 sale this past week.
Awesome.
Great.
Awesome, girl. So proud of you. Yay!
Yes.
All right. And we're glad to have you. It's awesome. Okay, let's see. Who wants to go next? I'm kind of confused here. Let's see. Shauna, you will go next. You'll go last with me. Susan, how about you?
Let's see. I've had my business for about 15 months, a little over a year. Haven't been doing a whole lot. Thank you. I haven't been doing a whole lot lately, but I did follow up with some customers on my the fall lookbook, and got a couple of orders, got a referral. So some things came out of that preferred customer program. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
Very good.
Hair, huh? Did you cut your hair?
I did.
It looks really good.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Okay, good job. How about Kim? How about you, girlie?
Well, I missed the first half, so what is the question?
Who are you? How long have you had your business? And what is something you're excited about with your business? This is your time to crow.
Okay. I'm Kim Cherry, and I've had my business, yay! This week is 14 years. Actually, it might be today. Yeah. Yay. And then I'm happy about a couple things. Reading the Atomic Habits has really kind of motivated me and it's given me some insight into why I've had some struggles in the past with where I'm stuck. So I'm glad to be understanding the bad habits that I've had and why I have them, and replacing them with good habits, one of which I made me a little tardy today, but I'm starting a good habit today. So, and then I'm excited about my business in that I got a gal lined up for we were trying to decide on doing the next step in her beauty makeover experiences with doing the spa session, the really in-depth one. I can't remember the name of it right now, or doing the uniquely hue makeover. So she's looking forward to that next week.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Great.
Woo-hoo.
Awesome.
Therese, how about you?
Good evening, everyone. I feel like it's been a few minutes since I've been here, and it's good to see you all. I have to say that I'm sorry, the woman's name that shared first,
Nina.
That it, really just, it kind of, what I learned is like life is kind of about perspective and like what lens we want to look at our circumstance through, and like you can make the best of a, forgive me, shitty scenario, or you can like wing it and just like be yourself and just do it. And I think I started my business. I'm sorry, this dog has a toy. Stop it. That I think I started in June, and I was a director before. This is my reentry second time in Mary Kay, and I'm off right now, and so it's like perfect, just perfect opportunity, and super excited. I loved my business before and all the things, the camaraderie, and of course the product, and just meeting new people. And this time around, because I'm not working, I was really looking forward to the idea of meeting new people. Well, I have some health things that I'm battling, and quite honestly, I don't mean to make this a downer, but depression is one of them, and it's really gotten bad in the past month, and I'm having to reach out for some help. And I've really beaten myself up about, oh, you were gonna do this with my, you had these great appointments, and then, oh, did you not follow through with this one, and what about this over here, and this sample, did you? And I can just shame myself and just make it so that I paralyze myself. And I don't know if any of you have ever experienced that around anything, be it whatever the situation is. But I think that for me, I am the hardest on myself. And one of the things that I love about this business, and not just the women camaraderie that it is, when you become a unit, and you get to know one another better, and you support one another, is that it's a building thing. It's a confidence building thing, and hearing other people share and making the best of a situation that could have just very easily said, you know what, I just need to cancel. I'm sorry, it's just not working out today. We're just gonna have to reschedule. And like, look what wouldn't have happened. And even today, I'm like, oh, I'm embarrassed to get on. I'm just not gonna. I don't really have anything to say. And then I thought about it, and I thought, you know what? The whole world is not about you, Sharice, and you're like crap that goes on, like, what if other people have the same kind of day and they just decided not to show up? And so anyway, I have not told anything, so I don't have that to crow about, but I do have to crow that the courage to keep putting one foot in front of the other, I guess. And even when you think that you're not doing how you think you should be, that shaming for me comes from the enemy, not of anything good. And so
Amen.
learning that, and hearing other people share good and bad, that the goal is to support and to lift and to encourage. And that is most meaningful to me. So anyway, there's that.
Preach the sermon, girl. Bring the sermon. All right. All right. Awesome.
I'm glad that you shared all of that because I don't know if you noticed everybody nodding. You know, we have all felt some of what you've been feeling, and the courage that it takes to be able to share and bring that to the forefront.
Yes.
It just makes everybody feel like, oh my gosh, it's not just me.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you. See, the meeting needed you.
Absolutely.
Addie, your turn.
Hi, everybody, and thank you, Charisse, for sharing and having the courage to do that. Glad we were here for you tonight. I'm Patty. I've been in the business since July 1st, and this week I met a friend for dinner, and I thought, should I talk about my Mary Kay? Well, I brought a brochure and I just gave it to her. I said, oh, I'm selling Mary Kay if you're interested. And she was happy. She goes, oh, I love the brochures because I'm not an online girl. So that was cool. And she's going on vacation. She just texted me tonight when she gets back. She wants to order.
All right.
So that I reached out and asked out a catalog. Yeah.
Awesome.
Great. That's awesome. Good job.
Thanks.
Shauna, your turn.
Hi, sorry, it's been like 5 minutes since I've been on one of these before. And I was sitting there kind of like making my to-do list for tomorrow. And I was like, you know what? I really want to get on the meeting. So it was funny after Charisse was talking and Mimi said, see, the meeting needed you. For those of you who have not been in Mary Kay for a minute, that is something that she has always said. Maybe you don't need the meeting, but the meeting might need you. So that's why we're always supposed to show up, right? And so I know Charisse from back in the day. So I'm excited to see you here. And I'm just excited to be present. I don't have anything super exciting to say about my business other than I reshared the August half price promos. Again, I like texted it out to my customers, even though I had done it at the beginning of the month. And I got like $500 in sales from that day before yesterday. So that wasn't awful, right? I was pretty excited about that. So don't be afraid to like resend messages, even if you've already sent them. Because how many times do you get text notifications from companies that you're on their list, right? And I always give people an out, like, hey, if you don't want to hear from me anymore, just respond with the word stop and you'll never hear from me again. And I put like a little cry face. And honestly, I love it when people tell me not to text them anymore because I'm like, oh, hallelujah, I can scratch you off my list and never reach out to you again. Like sometimes it's nice, like don't look at it as a rejection, look at it as like a cleansing of your list, right? Because I don't know about you, but I don't want to waste my time messaging people that don't care to hear from me.
And then you can kind of clear your mind of that thought of, well, I'm giving them an out. They're not taking the out, so they must want to hear from me.
Miss Nancy isn't on the meeting, but I know a lot of you guys have met Nancy before, and she used to like race to see how many no's she could get instead of how many yeses. And then it like makes it not feel like a rejection anymore, right?
Right. Awesome. Yay. We're glad to have you.
I'm glad to be here.
So I'm Mimi Novak. Yay. I have my business for 3 days shy of 20 years. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I know, right? And I just want to share that I had 4 guests this week on the different spa sessions. I have 1 new consultant, 1 princess bag sold, another a queen bag on the fence, and then another customer who literally just texted me before we got started. And she gave me some great feedback. I'll tell you, so her and I had met in person just before the pandemic. And she said, okay, so I do have some feedback. I loved being able to meet over Zoom. We did a color appointment over Zoom on the spa session.
Wow.
She said, I love being able to be in my own home and not having to get ready and go to somebody else's place or having to have people in my place. I loved just doing it in my own home. She loved the presentation. She's spending like $50. And so it was good. I really wasn't sure what her feedback was going to be.
Awesome.
I was kind of like, okay, good, yay. So anyway, spas are, guys, seriously. Between Jamie and I, over this last week, I can't move it. We had like 13 people on. And Jamie now has COVID, but anyway, just saying, like, it's a lot of people to have on in a short amount of time. So I want to encourage you, get some people booked so we can get some pamper packs out and you can get some sales too. She's been selling about $50 a face. So not a bad deal. Okay. And getting some good training. Okay. Yay. Good.
Yeah. Good.
Okay. I'm going to try something here. So I'm going to see if I am able to. I guess I can't share my screen. Okay. So if you could grab a pen, that would be awesome. Because I can't share my screen. Because I'm on the.
My pen and pad is like my American Express. I never get online without it.
All right. If you.
It's old school.
Yeah,
it's old
is.
School.
Old school, baby. A couple of things for you to make note of, okay? First of all, it is for sure there was some up in the air, but I am definitely going to Italy starting September 27th. Yay! Okay. So there are 2 fall advances happening that we're going to participate in. One of them happens on, I'm looking around my phone. One of them happens on October 1st and it's virtual. Okay. And if you go to the Believe More event page, you'll have all the details for it. And it's only $30 to register. And there are 6. There are 6 nationals. It goes from 9 to 3 Pacific. Then it gives all the other times, okay? And then here's the really cool thing with this virtual one. There's going to be, and I don't know any more details that I'm telling you at this point, but there's going to be a recruiting blitz on Sunday the 2nd and a holiday workshop on Monday the 3rd, okay? I'm sure there will be more details to come, but it's all included with that $30. So, hey, that's a great deal, all from the comfort of your home, okay? Make sense? Good?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So if you go to the Believe More event page, you can even have a thing you can click on. You register at themagic.pink, and you can get registered, okay?
And it'll give us the time and everything, right?
Yeah, everything's on there.
Okay.
And then the in-person one, okay, really, where'd it go? The in-person one is going to be in Livermore. It's going to be casual at a place called Camp Arroyo, which we did several years ago. Grace was with me. It's going to be October 29th and 30th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So 11 a.m. on the 29th to 1 p.m. on the 30th. Okay. I don't have a price yet. There, it says register at solidasarock.pink. But there's no, you can't register until later this week. So if you want to go in person, we can go in person. If you just want to do virtual, you can do just virtual. It's really kind of your call. My goal is personally to go in person because I will miss the virtual one. And this is the one that's in person is just Katrina. She'll have some guest speakers. She has a She has a national, Kim McClure is going to be a national guest speaker. She has $1 million director, $500,000 director, and then someone from corporate's going to come also. But the Katrina's fall advances are usually very intimate and like round table. Like it's really nice because you can just walk up and touch the nationals and talk to them, and it's really cool. So more details will come. All I know is that later this week there'll be more. You'll be able to register. Okay.
And I'm sorry, it cut out when you said what is this called? What are these things called?
Fall advance, like retreat.
Fall.
It's a retreat.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. So there's training and recognition and unit recognition and consultant recognition at all of them. And it's just like, okay, my personal opinion, when you go to like seminar, you see really big picture, okay? Because it's from corporate. But when you go to these smaller retreats that are put on by the nationals, you see a bigger picture than you see right here, okay? Definitely, because you're seeing from the women who make millions, okay? The most successful women in our company, but it's also touchable. And I don't know, I personally, it's like it touches my heart, it touches my soul, my spirit when I attend these things. So for whatever it's worth, like my intention is to go to the in-person one as long as I come back healthy. Because I'm coming back just a few days before this. So anyway, okay. You guys have questions? No? Okay. Looking at my notes. So some of us are, okay. Before I move on, and I know Susan has to get off in a couple minutes, but okay, you know what, I'll do this backwards. So some of us are reading a book called Atomic Habits. And we were supposed to have like a get together before the meeting, but technical difficulties stopped us from that. And really what I had wanted to do was talk about a piece of what we were reading during the meeting. So I'm gonna share my big aha from this one chapter. And Kim and Susan are part of the book club, but this is something I want us to all, like, please feel free to unmute. We can all discuss this, okay? And so anyway, I'm just gonna jump in. We're talking about changing habits, okay? Habits, our accumulated habits kind of become who we are. Does that kind of make sense? Sort of. They are a part of our identity. We are a product of our habits. I guess that's a better way to put it. Okay. So, for example, think about in your brain, do you have a tape that plays that says, I'm always late? My house is always a mess. I am disorganized. I am fill in the blank. Does anybody want to throw some of those things out there? It doesn't have to be you, but just anybody want to throw something out?
Mine is I can't lose a pound.
I'm sorry, what?
Mine is I can't lose any weight. I can't lose a pound.
Oh, yes, I have that one. I can't lose weight. Anybody else?
I'm not confident enough to do what these other women are doing.
Okay. Anybody else?
I can't remember anything.
I can't remember anything. I never remember.
I'm so forgetful. I'm a hot mess.
Yeah, I'm so dumb.
Reaching out.
My daughter says I'm so stupid all the time. It drives me crazy because she's actually like the smartest kid ever. So I've been telling her to change it to I'm super smart. I just don't always think.
I'm so shy. I don't like to talk to people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, stepping out to meet new people scares the heebie-jeebies out of me.
There you go. Okay. So we play these tapes. We've probably been playing these tapes for years in our head. Okay. For years in our head. And they truly become over time, they become part of our identity. Like, I'm just disorganized. Like, I'm just a hot mess. I'm just disorganized.
Yep.
You know, and here's the thing is I look around, okay? All you see is this little piece of the screen, but you don't see, unless you come to my house, you don't see all the evidence. I can see all the evidence around me that says I'm just disorganized, okay? And so what we do, if I can't lose weight, or I'm so shy, or I'm just a hot mess, our brain goes to town looking for evidence to prove to ourselves, I'm just a freaking hot mess. I'm just so shy. I'm just so stupid. I'm just all of these things, right? We have programmed ourselves to go looking for it. Okay. Y'all following me so far?
Mm-hmm.
We programmed ourselves to be like, nobody wants to buy Mary Kay from me. Like, you know, I work all the time and nobody wants to buy Mary Kay from me, or nobody wants to book from me, or, okay, it carries through. If it is a part of your identity at all to have this negative self-talk, I assure you it follows through in every part of your life. Thank you, Yolanda Boone. Sorry, only Susan got that. But it does. It flows through in every part of your life. So what this chapter was, what I gleaned from this chapter, and I have all these notes, is what we have to do is set ourselves up with tiny little wins every single day to think, okay, so instead of, if I want to identify as a person who is organized, I have to say to myself, well, what would an organized person do? Okay. So for example, you know, here's this glass, let's call it glass. Here's this glass sitting there. And I look at it, I'm like, man, I really am a mess. I can't even put a glass away. This is like this self-talk in the back of my head, right? So I say to myself, well, what would an organized person do? An organized person would take this and go put it in the dishwasher, right? Okay. So if I'm shy, well, what would an outgoing person do? An outgoing person might smile. If I want to be more fit, what would a more fit person do? Well, she might eat the salad instead of the pizza. Okay. If you get the idea, okay. Set yourself up with tiny little wins, but you've got to, but you know, now we're all aware we have these little themes, right? Well, if I want to be more successful in business, then, you know, I know that I need to at least like make contact with a human to like ask them to do something in Mary Kay every day, right? So I'm going to change that part of my identity and say, I'm going to at least make a contact with at least one person every single day, and it'll change the identity, the way we see ourselves. You get it? And so as you, so you start to see small wins in yourself every single day, and slowly but surely, see, as long as there's breath in our body, we are human, and we are evolving all of the freaking time. Okay. And as long as there's breath in your body, we are in charge of creating the habits that we choose to evolve into another version, the version of ourselves that we want to be. But we've got to decide, who is it I want to be? Do I want to be disorganized, or do I want to be organized? Do I want to be shy, or do I want to be outgoing? Or do I want to be, you know, fit or not fit? What is it that I want? And then change, so I can then be looking for evidence proving to myself, hey, you know what? I put that glass away. You know what? That's one win I had for myself today that can prove to me, if I can put that glass away, then I can put the glass and the plate away. And the next day I can also put the fork away. Okay.
That's funny.
So every day I'm building on it. Okay. Every day I build on it. Does that You guys?
So, like, I don't know if it's in
Yeah.
that book, but don't you think too, like I notice the energy that comes from when I speak the positive things versus the negative things, not just energy that it feeds me, but the energy that the other person is like getting off of me based on, you know, me giving a sample, or, you know, opening the door and smiling and telling so and so have a great day, and, you know, giving a lipstick sample like that. It's energy that's happening, and that energy is momentum. And I'm learning that, like, there's energy in my thoughts, negative, positive, like, you know. And I don't know if that book talks about that, but I've been reading about that, and yeah, I think it's so true how we can create that.
Yep, 100% believe that. Thank you. Seriously, you know, our mind is like this crazy computer that is like looking for the evidence, right? And we don't even realize that we're looking for the evidence. We don't even realize it until, you know, until you do some work on your own self and you go, you know, you're right. Every day I sit at this desk, you know, just last weekend or the weekend before, I threw a bunch of stuff on this desk away. You can't, if you might not be able to tell, but my kids came home like, what happened to your desk? Wow. You know? Now it could stand another session, but, you know, like, but I was sitting here going, my God, how can you get anything, all of this stuff going through my head that I can't do anything because I'm just such a mess. Okay. So I spent, I don't know, an hour, and that changed. Now when I sit down, I'm like, hey, look at what you did.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look at what you did. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. Hey, look what, you know?
Yeah.
So when we can do that, if you're like, okay, you know, maybe I don't have it all together as much as all these other women do, you know, but but what maybe the one thing I can do is I can have a list ready of 20 women I can contact, and today I'm going to contact Sally, and tomorrow I'm going to contact Veronica, and the next day I'll you know, at least, and then your brain starts saying, hey, look at that. By the end of a week, hey, check it out. Look at me. I contacted 5 people. Check me out. Hey, I wonder if that
check me out.
Yeah, check me out. You never contacted 5 people. You know, I'm just calling you out. Sorry.
I was just thinking on that note, it takes more brain work to be negative than it does to be positive, and it takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile. Isn't that amazing?
It really is amazing. So what do y'all?
Well, and I was to say, I figured out about myself through that is, you know, he mentioned that there was 3 levels of what was it, of habits. There we go. Blech. And one of what I kind of focus on is the outcome based. Okay, I'm gonna do, you know, 50 sit-ups, and that's going to get me to where I want to be. But, you know, if sit-ups aren't attractive, or you're struggling with wanting to do the sit-ups because you want to get in shape, you know, it's not going to work. Versus if you say, you know, I'm a thin, in shape person, healthy person. And then that identity, or thinking that, you know, I can be this person. And the way I'm going to do it is by doing 10 sit-ups today, and 20 sit-ups tomorrow, and 30 sit-ups the next day. Eventually, you know, that compounded interest of repeating that new habit is going to create your new identity. And then that new identity will create better habits too, of where you want to be. So it's kind of that, we've heard it before in the past, if you've been in Mary Kay for any length of time, that be, do, have. So you be the person first, and you do the work, and then you will have the results that you want. And it's like, I mean, I don't know how many times I've heard that, but it, okay, yeah, whatever, this time it sunk in. And I think, like part of it, I've had health setbacks. Was it Patrice, or who was saying that they were having some health issues? Cherise, there you go. And so have I've been injured. I got in a major wreck in April. I've gained 20 pounds since April because of that wreck and having these injuries. And I just don't want to be that anymore. I was thinner and healthier way before. And why can't I do it? My body still functions, maybe it hurts a little bit more, but, and so little baby steps. It's like, okay, who was I when I was that thin person? What was I doing? And how can I achieve that again? So
it's so much about what we're thinking. It's all about what we're thinking. Who are we telling ourselves that we are?
Right.
That creates the identity that we have. My kid is right over here and is probably going to think I'm talking about her, but Gloria y'all know, because those of you who've been around me long enough know that I always had this thing about, I don't warm chat. I am not the person who's going to go out and talk to people outside. I'm not going to give out my number. I'm not going to get people's names. And I don't do it all the time, but I do it, and I'm always prepared. And so Gloria always taught, so what you do, if this is you, and I realize it today that she was teaching this, that what she, I mean, for real, like I had a couple of epiphanies. So what she was teaching is, the first day, what you do is you go out of the house and you just smile at people. You don't do anything but just smile at people. And the next day you go out of your house and you just smile and say hi. And then you go out of your house and you smile and you say hi. And you say, how are you today? And the next day, hi, Susie. The next day you go out of your house and you smile and you say hi.
Next day you say, can I give you my card?
Can I give you my card? And the next day it's how you smile, you go out of your house, you smile and you say, hi, how are you today? Can I give you my card? Can I get your name? And by babysitting, you're teaching yourself slowly but surely, you're teaching yourself, I can do this. Little baby steps each way, and you're proving to yourself that you can trust yourself and that you can do it.
Cool.
The other big epiphany I had is, oh man, what is her name? Shauna, West Coast Summit. I'm sure you were there with me. The Be Do Have lady, what is her name? The Be Do Have lady.
Was it Deb something? You're talking about that like coach they brought in that one year?
No, national.
No.
She had me in her room, and she was like holding my face with this Be Do Have. And it wasn't until today, I've listened to this chapter a couple of times when I was driving before, and today I'm like, I have to take notes, and then it clicked. I'm like, are you serious right now? This whole identity thing and everything I just said, I'm like, oh, I think I get it now.
You said she was holding your face.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, okay.
And part of her probably wanted to choke me out, just because I was like so stubborn, like that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, so I think I'm done really with my training part. I really want to encourage you, whatever your biggest thing is that you feel is getting in your way, find your own baby steps. And if you need help, call me, call Shauna, text us, message us on Facebook, whatever, and just say, help me find my baby steps to move through this identity that is not serving me. Okay. And maybe Shauna and I need to help hold each other accountable.
You guys, sometimes you don't even realize like what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes somebody else saying, and you might not even like what they say. My husband oftentimes will say things to me and I'm like, oh my God, that's so rude. You don't even know what you're talking about. And then I think about it and I'm like, oh, he was right. And we don't even see what it is that's holding us back because we're like too close to it, you know?
I'm also reading this other book. It's a Bible study, and I'm just gonna say one line out of it that has just stuck with me. And
What's the name of the book?
The name of the book is "What Happens When Women Say Yes to God."
Okay, good.
And I'll tell you, I'm really good at starting Bible studies and then dropping out of them and getting like a half of a chapter into the book and being like, oh, I can't do this book. I just can't do this book. I am loving this book so very much. Anyway, so this one, hold on, this requires glasses. Here, I'll read. I'm going to read like a paragraph to you, okay? The simple act of surrender each morning will prepare your eyes to see him, your ears to hear him, your mind to perceive him, and your heart to receive him. This is how to live expecting to experience God. And that line right there, expecting to experience God. Live expecting to experience God. Wow. I just don't know that I'd ever put those words together in a sentence before.
Wow.
Expecting to experience God. Women who say yes to God will see life like few others. They are drawn in and embraced by a love like no other. They don't have to wait until the next time they're in church to experience God, because they sense God's presence around them all through the day. Instead of merely walking through the motions of life, they pursue the adventure of the moment by moment divine lessons and appointments God has in store for them. They expect to see God, to hear from him, and to be absolutely filled by his presence and by his peace and joy. And therefore they do, and they are. I'm just kind of in love with this book. So I had to share.
That's good.
Yeah.
Can we get the author?
I'm sorry?
Can we get the author?
The author is Lysa, Lysa Terkeurst, Terkeurst.
Okay.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yep.
That also made me think of like abundant thinking, because he's so big. Like, yeah. Why do I think so small when all these things could just be huge? And my brain's over here like, oh, just a little. But if I'm really filled with him, how huge that would be, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't know, apply that to your whole life and to your business and to your willingness to reach out to other women, because you know what, guys, we have something, you've heard me say this forever. Our country is broken.
Yes.
It is so broken.
Totally.
And I could just go on, and the families are broken, and the households are broken, and our schools are broken, and
yes,
you know, and I don't think that Mary Kay is going to fix it all, but you know what, our foundation of who we be,
yes,
it
absolutely
touch
the magic word, foundation, our foundation.
Mm-hmm. And if we could just look at Kim's face, I just really firmly believe that we have so much to give, and we just need to like scream it from the rooftops and get out of our own way of being afraid to whatever. Just okay, you get my point, right? Okay. So if you haven't been on these spa sessions, I really want to encourage you, jump on Thursday and just watch. Okay, watch, because they really are kind of magical. I believe God is there. I think that there's so much of the Holy Spirit is there in so much of it.
Wow.
The
Awesome.
women who are leading, it's there. So anyway, I'm good. I'm done. I have. What else do you all have to talk about? Anything, Patty? Did you look like you're
just whirling? I'm just sitting here thinking how inspired I've gotten just to be on this.
Yeah, that
Zoom
was
call
really
tonight.
pumped up.
To
Yeah.
hear everybody's accomplishments and just things that they're being raw about, and God being brought into our meeting. And it's just, I mean, that's one thing kind of that attracted me to Mary Kay. When I went on the spa and I listened to the women after the spa, were so inspiring. And it was like true morals in life that used to be are in this company. And I think that's what inspired me to be a Mary Kay representative.
Yeah.
Being on the call, you know, it's an hour out of our day, but it's totally inspired me. Like, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to change the way I say I can't lose weight. You know, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But thank all of you for sharing.
I just want to share quickly, make a long story short. Me and my prayer partner went to pray with a lady that had an addiction with alcohol. So we went and spent time praying with her. Interesting enough, you know, the clearance just came so clear after we were there and prayed with her and for her. And near the end, she says, she's looking at my skin. She looked at my girlfriend's skin, and she said, somehow or another, you guys' skin looks so pretty. What are you doing? This is at the end of the praying session, right? What are you using? And so we told her, both of you? And we said, yes. And so she said, I am 62 years old and I need to do something about my skin, about my face. Okay. Yeah. So, you know, I chimed in on that one, right? And so I just happened to have had some samples in my beauty coat pocket.
You should always happen to have samples with you.
Always. And I left them with her. Okay. And so a couple of days later, I called her and she says, you heard me say I need to do something about my skin. So what do I need to do with this? And so she's the one that, one of the ones that did the facial without me even seeing her face or her seeing me. And she just ended up, you know, buying her miracle set. But the opportunity was there, okay, because we were women together. And she mentioned in the end, you know, what she needed in addition to her needing prayer.
Yeah. Divine appointment all the way around. I said divine appointment all the way around. You weren't there for Mary Kay.
Yes.
But you were doing God's work.
Right.
And you got a little sprinkle on top of as your blessing back. Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful. All right, Kim, you have a closing.
I do. And I think it really fits kind of the atomic habits and what we've been learning. So it's from this wonderful book that I've had for a long time. It's called Finding Joy and Simple Secrets to a Happy Life. Something my aunt got me many years ago. And it's got all kinds of great inspirational quotes. So this one, it says, watch your thoughts, for they become words. Choose your words, for they become actions. Understand your actions, for they become habits. Study your habits, for they will become your character. Develop your character, for it becomes your destiny. So, and I thought that kind of really fit.
Love it so much.
Very cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You ladies are like super special ladies. I'm so grateful to have you all in my life.
Thank you.
For real. All right. So
same to you.
All right. You have extra minutes, so go get a bookie.
Bye.
I'm gonna get dinner finally. All right. Good night.
Bye, everyone. Good to see you.
Shauna, it's so good to see you.
Yes.
Shauna, so I'm trying to, your hair's so different. Like I'm trying to remember what you looked like back in the day.
I had really dark, just short curly hair.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'll find a picture and send it to you, Sharice.
Oh, so I'll remember. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't go by this as my look. This isn't the norm, but you know.
Probably once you see one of my old pictures, it'll click and you'll remember who I am. I
Yes.
was one of the ones when Mimi offsprung 3 directors at once. I was one of them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And she can't get rid of me ever since. So
That's good. Won't let you.
Okay, good night.
all right, bye.